What's up, everyone? Mike back with you again on another episode of One and Done with Zeke. How you doing, Zeke?
Yo, I'm doing good.
All right, this is going to be a fun episode. I put together some conspiracy theories that people like to talk about in Dragon Ball, and thought we can kind of talk about them and hopefully put them to rest. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready. I'm excited for this one.
Okay, this is going to be fun. All right, conspiracy number one: TOP did have a second wave.
Pseudo false.
Pseudo false. Please explain.
From my understanding, it had one print run, and I believe, due to allocation, alliance, basically everybody's orders that they cut for allocation from the first print run initially, uh, got a not a restock, but got their orders fulfilled. So what was pre-ordered was fulfilled to the best that it could have been. Um, it's not even like they printed a whole nother set. It's kind of like, let's say I ordered from Alliance 100 boxes, and then they cut me down to 50 boxes due to pre-orders. And then a week or two later, they're like, "Hey, Bob from LA Gaming didn't pick up his full shipment. Do you want to pick up his leftovers because I owe you 50 boxes more? He has 25 that he did not pick up." Sure, I'll pick up Bob's boxes, and now I have circumvented some of mine. GTS does something similar. GTS just basically does a really good job of very aggressively getting you to commit to your quantities and orders, when you pre-order, versus Alliance is kind of more lenient on it. But that's, to the best of my knowledge, just speaking with distributors and other stores, is what happened with TOP. I remember I ordered 48 boxes, and I ended up getting like a case and a half. So I got 18. So I got cut, um, almost to a third of what my original quantity was. So
Okay, there you go. That answers that. All right, next conspiracy. Print lines and specks on the back means that the card came from a second printing sheet.
that
Or another way to put it is print lines and specs means that it wasn't from the first sheet because there could be more than two sheets.
specs. So from what I know, print lines are just where the card is located on the sheet. That's where the print line comes from, which is why print lines on the same card vary in location sometimes. Um, a really good example, like the easiest and cheap example, there is a Kaba rare from set one. It's a rare card, and that card is notorious for just having print lines always, and I don't know why, but it does. And I think it's because of where it's located on the sheet. I don't know how, if the sheets is like the full set, if they do the sheets by color, like each, like the game has five colors now, but has four colors. So all of the red cards they do one sheet, all of the blue they do one sheet, and I think that Kaba rare is towards the end of that numeric sheet, or how they organize it, which is why it commonly has print lines. Specs, on the other hand, are just the stamp that, there's like a giant machine that stamps the foiling on the card, and with the secret rares and SPRs very specifically, they are, they're more prone to it because they get flipped back and forth to where, it's like a conveyor belt of moving ink, and as things continuously get pressed, things splatter, things move around, ink moves around. Um, I've heard, and I've confirmed, that some specs on the back of cards, you can actually get nail polish remover and a thin cloth and very lightly rub the back, and it actually can remove the specks. I've done this myself, and it doesn't work on all, cards, but I've had it work on certain cards where it has removed the specs. But they, to answer the question, no, I don't think they are. A first print sheet and a last print sheet can have print lines. I would say a first print sheet is less likely to have specs, though.
Okay, there you go. Third conspiracy theory. 2017 had a secret competition with gold trophies handed out.
Oh, 2017.
Yes, so very first year of Dragon Ball.
I don't know much about this.
Well, I can come out and say no because Bandai's never really had secret competitions the way that they've organized events, unless it was such a secret that it wasn't even on the website or their Facebook group.
I was gonna say they're so public about even local events. You can
Yeah,
go on their website right now and go to their event locator, and they'll tell you what days local shops that are signed up to support Bandai products will tell you when they have local tournaments.
exactly.
Like they scream it from the heavens that look at us, we have this, you know. So
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel like it's something in their nature based on how they've done things in the past with their announcements. So I personally do not believe in this theory. I think 2018 was the first year that they did trophies, and it wasn't a secret either. It was a pretty public thing. So what do you think? You think there's something out there to this?
No. It would have been no. There's no way. No. They had a tournament. Yes, year one. It was in Vegas. It was like a pseudo official event, but no metal cards were given out at the event. It was cash specifically because it was like set 1.5 meta. Like it was. Yeah, it was no. There's no way this theory is first metal cards 2018.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Agreed. Here's the last but not least conspiracy theory. French will overtake English.
That's more of a prediction than I'd say conspiracy. What do you think?
100% no. The card
Yeah.
games major market has been from day one the English market, specifically North America, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I think the conspiracy was supposed to be more so
Scarcity.
predicting that French Tournament of Power specifically would overtake English Tournament of Power, given that it was just for one country. So in theory, there's less of it out there. Which again, I still would say no, because anytime someone comes up with a prediction, I always like to look at other card games and what happened in their history, because typically it serves as a good, sample. And, if you look at other card games, when it comes to secondary market popularity, all of those things, English tends to be king. The very, very, very small exception is the occasional Japanese promo card in Pokemon. But even then, it's a very, very special case. It's not like a set card. There's not a single set card I can think of in Pokemon that's either more popular, more expensive, more anything than the English counterpart. So overall, I would say no to this. It might not be a conspiracy technically, you're right. It's more of a prediction, but same thing. I don't think there's much legs to this just based on how other card games have done.
There's only one parallel, and I love that there is a parallel. There's only one foreign Dragon Ball card that's arguably more valuable than its English counterpart, which is false. Technically, it's also English. Is the triplicate French, Italian, and English Goku medal trophy that you could have only won at the European special medal event. That arguably is the only thing that might rival the silvers that were given out to the U.S., which were the Zamasu.
But see, it's not even the same card though.
It's not. So it's hard to compare. And in
Yeah.
Pokemon, there's only one card that the Japanese is more valuable than the English one. And again, distribution was completely different, which is why
Yeah.
it's the Gold Star Umbreon, because the Japanese Gold Star Umbreon was a promo that you had to get through a variety of challenges and obstacles as a player to
And
even.
the Espeon too, both of them.
And the Espeon. Actually, all of the Gold Star.
Yeah, they're all
they're,
hollowed and from promo tournaments.
yeah, the Umbreon being the most, Espeon being
Yeah.
the second most. The American version is just in the booster set, so that's why
Yeah.
the price
Yeah.
difference is so different. But other than that, yeah, no, I as much as I love French, I am a huge French lover of Dragon Ball cards and the foiling. And I'll tell you right now, for anybody who believes this, I have French and Italian customers who buy English product from me all the time. They don't even love themselves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to whoever's holding out on 5 cases of French TOP. I'm sorry. It's just I will trade you 1 box of English TOP for your 5 cases of French TOP. I'm sorry. Like it's just. You know
Yeah.
what? Actually, Mike, remember when TOP boxes were like $600-700? We had an opportunity to buy French ones for like $60.
Yeah. Yeah. The difference has always been so drastic, and I know a lot of people can't believe it because you think it's just for one country, a lot less was made. But a lot of times collecting isn't just about pure scarcity. It's about the emotional experience that it brings you. And going after product that you never really enjoyed yourself, it's just not really what collectors do. There's always that emotional element to it that I think kind of trumps the fact that it was just, less of it made. And I think that's going to kind of continue because if if you look at like Pokemon, you've got German Charizard first edition. You've got French first edition Charizard, right? Those were for specific countries. A lot less of it was made than the English Charizard, but price is completely different, completely. So, yeah, it's a great theory, but unfortunately, it's not gonna happen.
When the French and the Italian themselves rather buy English, I'm sorry. Like.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think that wraps it up for Dragon Ball conspiracy theories. This would be a fun segment to do, maybe like on a semi-monthly basis on maybe a variety of card games. We can kind of do some research and kind of.
yeah. I think this is really fun. We can also see if the community has any that they wanted to throw at us, and we can kind of collect them and go over them together. These were just a few that I, encountered. Either people would ask me or I'd see people post about it. So,
Oh yeah,
I agree. It was definitely fun. So let's try and do more of these.
I think yeah. Comment below any that you guys can think of, and we might put them in the next one. But I think that wraps it up for this one. Have a good night, guys. See you soon.
See ya.